Pray to you. First off, it's Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me, they told me it was too late. But I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake. But you can't have your way, this ain't Burkhead. Everybody said it won't be. Till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have turkey than me.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to, boxing fans and content creators all over the goddamn world. Shout out to you. Shout out to those that rock with me, and shout out to those that don't even rock with me. But goddamn it, we gonna keep rocking and we gonna keep cooking. And the goddamn sauce is still in the motherfucking pot. Let's get to the shit. And first and foremost, gotta pay a little low. Gotta give Errol Spence his respect. I gotta put a little bit more, and I think fans and I just think the boxing world need to put a little more respect on Errol Spence's name. Let me tell you something. If Bo Mac can give Spence credit and show respect to him, I think anybody can do it. There is nobody that has disrespected Errol Spence more than Bo Mac in the past. Bo Mac even made fun of his car wreck. Yeah, I remember Bud fans was making fun of him having a car wreck and damn near losing his life. That shit got real personal. But Bo Mac even said in the interview, he said, nah, shit is real close with Spence and Bud. Shit close. He's very confident it's gonna happen. And not only that, they said, well, Spence been out for a while. Do you think he would take that fight in June against Bud? I mean, such a tough fight. And he been out. He said one thing about Spence known for doing this. He known for taking layoffs and coming back and fighting the best. He said that's what he do, so I wouldn't expect none less of him. That's straight respect. So I just wanted to point that out. Saying that to say, listen, you see that Bud respects Spence. I see that Spence respects Bud. They're having conversations. And I see that Bo Mac behind all that bullshit talking, he respects Spence. And I know Derrick James respects Bud. So all you fans out there, I don't know, but I'm through trying to tell you motherfuckers to kumbaya. You motherfuckers can feel how you want to feel. If you think Spence soft, think he's soft. If you think Bud soft, think he's soft. You know, this almost like, this like some Jeff Ford, Larry Hoover type syndrome type shit. Yeah, kind of how the GDs and the People Nation and the Folk Nation, you know, they out here wilding. If Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover was to get out today, because there's so much chaos, maybe in the 90s they could have changed some shit. But if they get out today with all these young motherfuckers, and they say, look, bro, we friends again, it ain't no more beef, it's a truce. These motherfuckers in Chicago gonna keep killing. These motherfuckers, because at this point, youngsters are addicted to murder. Yeah, I knew generation. Them motherfuckers addicted. Them motherfuckers lust for a kill. Yeah, it's like a ejaculation or some shit. You know, these motherfuckers horny for a murder or some shit. Them motherfuckers get horny when they got a pistol on them. Some weird shit like that. But anyway, it's kind of like with you Bud and Spence fans. It don't matter if Bud and Spence call a truce and there ain't no bad blood and the trainer show respect. You motherfuckers still gonna disrespect each other. Because at this point, it's just fun. It's just fun fighting other blacks and just all the monkey behavior. It just get fun. You know, them monkey boys, you just never get tired of climbing them and shit. A lot of shit. But anyway, so I ain't never finna try to speak no peace and, oh man, y'all quit that shit. Man, fuck that. Let you motherfuckers fight. And I hope you and when they fight, be at the fight ready to fight. And do some shit like, be ready to fight just as hard as you was typing. So, anyway. But yeah, Errol Spence, respect to you, man. Bo Mac gave you respect. I always knew he respected you. Anyway, I'm just surprised he admitted he respect you. That's what he basically did. Bo Mac admitted he respected you, bro. He respected you all along. And he knew you were very dangerous. You know? But he confident that his man Bud can beat you, though. But I think Spence gonna be a great promoter, bro. You put together that Frank Martin versus Michelle Rivera fight. Now you trying to put together Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson. You know, Spence and Tank used to be real cool. I guess they ain't no more because I put two and two together because if they was real cool like they used to be, It would be nothing to make Tank versus Frank. That would have been happened. But you don't even never hear Frank Martin name mentioned against fighting Tank. It's not even an option. Even Devin Haney is more of an option than Frank Martin. Frank Martin name never mentioned with Tank. And Spence could easily make, he fucks with Al. I mean, Showtime. I mean, that's an easy fight to make. But it's never talked about. So I guess Spence and Tank they don't talk much. But anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. Let me say this. Before I get to Frank Martin and Shakur, got to talk about the little bug in the room. Keyshawn Davis, I've said you was a good fighter, bro. I've gave you your credit, bro, but I'm just going to tell you, bro, after watching you and I'm just looking at this, Frank Martin is too much for you at this point, bro. It's a lot of other shit you got to do. It's a lot of more. Listen, you on a journey, bro. You got to climb a lot more hills. You got to wrestle a couple more bears and shit. You on a journey, bro. It's like that game when you're on a journey and you beat that big motherfucker at the last level. Yeah, Frank Martin that last level, and you ain't even halfway through the game, bro. You ain't halfway through your journey, bro. You're not ready. I'm gonna tell you what the biggest thing gonna fuck you up about Frank Martin. That you're not ready for. For one, you're flat-footed, and he's not. And them angles and shit, that shit he do, bro, he gonna have you off balance a lot. And the next thing that's gonna really shock you is his hand speed. His hands are much faster than yours, bro. And he got real power. You're going to get hit with some shit you don't see coming, and it's going to be harder than anything you've ever been hit with, bro. You're not ready yet. So just, and another thing, if I feel like Bob would make that fight, I'd say go on, get out there. Because if you talk that game, I want to see you fight. But one thing I know, Bob not finna make that fight, bro. Bob not finna make Keyshawn Davis versus Frank Martin. Bob is not finna do no shit like that. They move their fighters real slow at top rank. I'm just gonna be honest. Some of them they move a little faster. Prospects move pretty slow at top rank. Frank Martin, he's a title contender. So he's in line to fight the top fighters at 135. But anyway, Frank, you ain't ready. But I know one thing, Shakur is. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. This fight, shit, it's almost as hard. Because Devin Haney versus Shakur is one of the hardest fights to break down. That shit is very hard to break down. That Devin Haney versus Shakur is so hard to break down. It's very hard to break down. Even though sometimes I say, yeah, Devin, but I can see Shakur. That's the toughest fight in boxing, in my opinion. That's the toughest fight to predict is Devin Haney versus Shakur. But Frank Martin versus Shakur is very hard to predict, bro. Damn, Shakur. Shakur got the best defense in boxing, but you ain't seen the hand speed of Frank Martin. You ain't seen that, bro. And he got footwork. I don't know, bro. Listen, I think Shakur is arguably the best fighter in the world, pound for pound. I think he got them kind of skills. This is a 50-50 fight, though. I gotta favor Shakur because I think Shakur got some of the best skills in boxing. I favor Shakur. I think Frank can hurt Shakur. I think Frank can hurt anybody at 135. I think Frank can hurt Tank. And Tank got a granite chin, but I think Frank can hurt him. Frank got devastating power. Frank can stop anybody at 135. I ain't gonna lie, Frank's style is very tough for Devin Haney, bro. That's a tough ass fight for Devin. Frank's style is tough for everybody at 135, bro. That shit is tough. So what I'm saying is Shakur gonna have to really go in his bag against Frank. You gonna have to do some shit we ain't never seen you do, because your performance against Valdez, your performance against Conceição, which was great performances, you're gonna have to go to a higher gear to beat Frank Martin. And I think you got it. And you got way more tools in your bag. You got the tools to beat Frank Martin. But that's a good fight. That's a fight I want. And I don't know if I think he'll make the Shakur fight before he'll do the Keyshawn Davis, because Shakur is ready. Shakur ready for anybody at the 135 pound division. He ready for you. It's on. The only fight I want Shakur to wait on is the Devin Haney fight, which I wouldn't mind if it happened this year. But I just think that's a fight at 140 I could see happening. I could see it happening in 2 years, because I'm gonna be honest, Shakur got a lot of heart, and his heart overload his mouth sometimes. Shakur will fight anybody right now, but him and Devin done talk behind the scenes. There was always a fight that was gonna happen later on, but they will both fight each other now. But I think they both planned it. They always said they would fight each other later on. But like I said, either way it go, it don't matter to me. Y'all gotta fight eventually. So that's the toughest fight in boxing. The hardest, Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson is the hardest fight in boxing to break down. You can say all day long Devin gonna win or Shakur gonna win. Bro, I don't know. I don't know about that fight. I don't know, bro. I'm looking at the length of Devin. I favor Devin against Shakur, but it's a 50-50. But anyway, Shakur versus Frank Martin. I'm gonna tell you something. That straight left of Frank Martin that he throw it, it's like a fucking slingshot, and I know it's gonna land. Even though Shakur got the best defense in boxing, I know Frank got the technical abilities and the hand speed and the athleticism. That the most shocking shit. It ain't gonna be the hand speed because Shakur quick. It'll be shocking for Keyshawn, but Shakur is so fucking. He relaxed in there, and that's gonna bother Frank. Shakur very relaxed, bro. That motherfucker one of my favorite fighters to watch, no cap. Shakur is so relaxed in there. And he one of them, he can be in the midst of a storm and motherfuckers throwing haymakers and shit at him. That's why Cruz, he would destroy Cruz. He'll be right in the pocket with him while he throwing haymakers and catching his ass with counters. Hard counters. Because Shakur got underrated power too. It's another thing I wanted to throw out. I think Shakur can hurt anybody at 135. I ain't gonna say he gonna stop anybody, but he can hurt you, bro. That shit hurt. And he throw combinations. So, bro, this is Shakur versus Frank Martin. That's one of the best fights in boxing that can be made. That fight is just as good, if not better, than David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Matter of fact, I would be more excited about Frank Martin versus Shakur than David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. No, it may shock a lot of you motherfuckers, but I'm just gonna tell you some real shit. It's more skill. It's more skill. It's more competitive. Because David can go in there and straight flush Caleb. He can flush him. You know what I'm saying? So the David and Caleb fight, that's more of that fight depends on what Caleb is gonna do. If Caleb fight the fight of his life and really sit down on his punches and really, really go to the body and wear David Benavidez down, that's what's gonna make the fight great. But if he don't do that, David gonna go in there and slaughter him inside 3 rounds. It's more of a you know what I'm saying? It depends on what Caleb does. That fight depends on Caleb, because I know what David Benavidez is going to do. He will make no adjustments. He's going to walk straight at you with that long-ass jab, throwing straight rights, throwing combinations, trying to smother you. We know what he going to do. So what I'm saying is Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin is a more competitive fight. It's a more pick'em. I'm more excited about it. It's one of the most exciting fights that can be made. I favor you, Shakur, but Frank and that right hook of Frank. With you having the best defense of boxing, that gives you the edge, because I know you can make him miss, but I know he's going to hit you. And this going to be harder than you've ever been hit in your life, and I think he can hurt you. But I just think Shakur got the heart. I could see Shakur getting hurt in this fight, but recovering and winning. And awesome. Yeah, I could see that shit happening, bro. So I favor Shakur, but Frank Martin is damned. Frank Martin can beat anybody at 135. So yeah, this is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles Jack. With that, I'm out.